Today we're going to be hanging a bicycle rack. This is our bicycle. This is our messy garage right now. Okay. This is our bicycle right here. And I am going to hang it, hopefully, we got some baby diapers in the background. Hopefully right there on that very strong, sturdy piece of wood. I think there's enough room for it right there. And so let's get started. First of all, I've never done this before, okay, but I'm just gonna, like a lot of other projects, I think I can do it, so just gonna get into it. So I believe what I want to do first, well, first of all, you want to have some of these racks, some of these rack handles. Okay, so this is what's going to be holding the bike in place, and these screws here are going to go into that piece of wood right there, and we're just going to manually screw them in. Okay, and then because that piece of wood is already screwed into the trusses, so this piece of wood is screwed in to the trusses. Okay, the trusses are the pieces of 2x4 in your attic. Okay, so first of all, this can be very dangerous if you don't do some key things. Can be dangerous anyway, so if you're not sure about doing this, don't do it. But this piece of wood, okay, is screwed into another piece of wood on the other side of the ceiling. Okay, that's my truss. Okay, so those are the 2x4s. So I screwed that into that, and then I'm gonna screw these bicycle handles holders into this piece of wood. So yeah, so first thing I'm gonna do is measure this bicycle between the two tires and see what it measures. Okay, so the bike is pretty much standing up as it would if it were flipped over. Okay, so I'm gonna measure from the center of the tire, center of one of the tires, to the center of the other tire, basically. And it comes up about, say, about 48 inches. So we're gonna go with that. So you wanna make sure that you have 48 inches up here on this piece of wood, okay? So let's see if we have 48 inches. It looks like we do. Okay, so we know it's 48 inches from one tire to the other tire. We know we have 48 inches here. So I'm just gonna start manually screwing this in. Okay, and I'm just gonna start at this end, pretty close, but not totally at the end, because you don't want the wood to tear, so maybe a few inches in. I think there's room to play there, and kind of in the center, okay? And you just want to make sure, of course, also that it's somewhere that the bike is going to be hanging down, so you don't want it to hit you in the face every day. You know, you want it kind of out of the way. The only problem that it's going to cause potentially for me is when I need to get to the breaker panel, but I can always take the bike off if that happens. So I'm just going to lay the phone right here so I can start to screw these in. Move it over a little bit. How's your day going? Hopefully good. I have some AC calls on to go on a little later, but I have a little bit of space so I can work on a house project. So you can see right away already this thing is going into the wood nicely. Now, if you didn't have a piece of wood, you could go straight into the trusses in the ceiling as well. But you just want to make sure you're going into something strong and sturdy. So you are adding a little pressure as you're screwing it in. And I can see now that it's in there to where I can do it with one hand. It's in there nice and tight. So at first when you're screwing it in, it's a little wobbly, but it's in there nice and tight now. All right, and we're about there. So we'll keep it right there for now. All right, let's do the other side now. So now we're gonna screw it in 48 inches. We're gonna screw this one in 48 inches from the other one. This bike is in the way. Hello again. So you'll see right here, screwed in on this side. Now we're gonna go 48 inches to the left and screw it in right there. Let's grab the tape measure and a little marker. Sorry, I'm gonna set the phone down again. Look at this thing. My son uses these to color little pictures of unicycles. He loves unicycles. This is the only thing. He's 2 years old. All he draws is unicycles. Let me know in the comments. Oh, hey, Santa said, what are you building? I'm putting in a bike rack for this bicycle right there. And I'm actually gonna be putting in one right there, one right there, and one right there. Those were actually used for ductwork. I was keeping ductwork on these hung up, but it was only like 4, so I just put that in the shed. And these bicycles are just laying here with nothing to do, taking up space. So that's what I'm building. Anyways, do you have any kids out there, people that draw unicycles? My son loves drawing unicycles. That's all he draws all day. All right, we're gonna measure 48 inches. Okay, we're back live, all right. Sorry, I got a call there. Is this thing still going? I don't know. Let me know. Looks like we're still going. I keep getting phone calls. It's tough going live if you're getting phone calls. All right, 48 inches. So about right there. All right, we're gonna put this other hanger up. We are hanging a bicycle rack right now. Have you out there ever hung a bicycle rack? Did you do it another way? Let me know. Just gonna start to turn it. You gotta support it at first. Righty tighty, lefty loosey, of course. So you gotta add some pressure. You gotta add some pressure as you're turning it, but once you get it in a little bit, you can already see it's kind of staying. And once you get it to a certain point, you can kind of just turn it with one hand, again, because it's not wobbling anymore. So let's do that. You still want to have a little bit of pressure going up, but the screw can do what it does, do what it was made to do. So I'm not sure if these are supposed to go in or go the same way. I think I'm gonna try putting them the same way. See how that goes. If you know otherwise, let me know in the comments. All right, we have our bike rack, hopefully. Here's the moment of truth. Let's see if I did this thing right. Let's see if the bike works, if the bike fits. All right. I think that'll be a good angle, sort of. Sorry, I don't have a professional cameraman here. Put this thing up. If it all falls, it'll be good video footage. All right, so I'm gonna flip the bike over. And again, I've never done this before, so hopefully it works. I think I need to turn it actually. Yeah, you need to turn it. I gotta turn these things actually a little bit so that it hooks. There we go. So it hooks the tire. Oh crap. All right, let's try this again. We got one side on. Woo! All right, people, there it is. There it is. We are one step closer to this garage being cleaner, being clean. All right, so as you can see where I put it, you want to check where you put it, make sure it's not in the way. This is actually not too bad. I figured that I'd have to take it down if I needed to go to the breaker panel, but once I move all this junk, Thank you, Santa. Looks good. Thank you. I appreciate it. Once I move all this junk, I'll be able to still just kind of duck under the seat and get to it just fine. So, unfortunately, I have one more of these seats. I mean, one more of these bike handles, but then this one is like a weird one. I don't even know. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna do the job. So, got to go to Lowe's and get some more bike handles. And once I do that, I know that's not the proper wording, but rack handles, whatever. Once I do that, I'm gonna put my wife's bike up. I think I'm gonna try and put it up right there, although I don't know. And we'll get it going. All right, we'll see you in the next video. God bless.